quickest. Never mind. Up we go. Charge. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome along to another episode of a Dairyman's Diary. My name is Frank, as always, your humble host, and you are coming along with me for my little blog, really, as we progress through some haymaking. Really, we're out with the old international. We're going to be doing a little bit of tedding this morning, or this afternoon now even. We've done 2 fields so far. We've got 3 fields knocked down. We've got 2 fields spread about, and we're going to crack on with the last one, which is just next to the old sheep farm here. And then we're going to be able to hopefully leave this on the ground for a day or 2, let it dry out. It's dried out already. It's been mowed down for, I'd say, in the region of about 2-3 days so far. And it's had some great weather in which to dry, so it is really baking on the surface now, which is great. So we're going to throw it around a little bit. It's going to have an opportunity to dry out, and then we'll assess what it's looking like in the next few days. We have like I say, the international hooked up to our little tedder. It's only about 6 meters in width. It's not huge, but it does the job for what we need. No problem at all. So yeah, we might as well just crack on in. Now, we did have some nice little clips of the other fields being spread about, but my camera stopped working, so we lost those, but never mind. We'll get these ones here. This field's only small. I think we've got about 4 or 5 acres here, but it won't take long to throw it all around a bit. And all we're aiming to do here is take the slightly wetter grass that's on the bottom of the swath, flick it up into the air, and then land and spread out. And that way we can let that side dry out as evenly, get the wind to it, and it should be good. Now, yeah, like I say, hopefully the other 2 fields are looking as good as this one actually, so they should be able to get another couple of days. If we have the breeze that we've had today, we should be good to get these kind of picked up by the end of the week, really. I'd say by Friday we should be good to get this picked up, but we'll have to wait and see. As it is though, we'll just keep pushing away. Everything is going through nicely. Not too bad. The guys are up there at the yard at the moment. They're building, putting the roof onto the new dairy parlour. So that's going to be exciting to see when we get back. They'll probably be finished by the time we get back, but we'll have a look nonetheless and see what the progress is like. Excited to see how that's all coming together. Actually, really looking forward to getting that up and working. A lot of people have been asking about the shed, kind of figuring out where we are with it and what the intentions are, and basically, from our kind of calculations, if we can get it all up to scratch and get it all built in the manner in which we want and the size that we want, we should be able to see our number of livestock, our head of cattle, go from about the 140 mark that we're up to now to about 200, 220, which would be fantastic, really, from a output standpoint. Should be really good. Really like to see that happen. So. We are investing a significant amount of money into it, I make no bones about that, but hopefully that will be rewarded by the output we can get from our cattle. So that is why we've chosen to go ahead with this big expansion. Okie dokie, everything is coming along nicely, perfect. Up there, spin around. Don't like to keep the tether on the ground too much when you turn, because it can, if you turn on uneven ground, sometimes the tines on the tether can catch into the ground and get bent and damaged, so we'll try not to do that too much. But other than that, it's a lovely sunny day out in the international. All is well. In other news, I was speaking to a friend of mine recently, and turns out I've often said that I wouldn't buy a telehandler. I wouldn't get one onto the yard. Turns out he's got a lovely old JCB, and he is looking to get rid of it. So I'm not sure if we increase that much, we're going to do a lot of loader work in all of our yards. So it might be something that's worthwhile. So we might be going to have a look at a new JCB shortly. Probably not until we get this hay baled at the end of the week, though, I should think. So we'll probably get around to that in the next week or so. But yeah, we'll have to have a look-see, but it's looking fascinating. It'll be interesting to see how much he wants for it and see if it is going to be a viable option. But I feel like if we are going to increase the yard that much, then we need to focus on a dedicated machine. So we'll have to see what comes about there. A lot of people have been mentioning that I should get rid of this old girl I'm driving, and I just can't see the need for it, to be honest. I think this machine's fantastic. It never lets me down, it turns on the key. Any maintenance or operations or any repairs I can do here. It doesn't need a computer in it to get it working or to diagnose anything, just a spanner really. So I think, yeah, it doesn't make much sense for me to turn this one out at the moment. But of course, never say never. There are always interesting changes on the horizon, so we will see. Up we come. Just nice little field here, just get everything going. And yeah, usually I use this field on making hay. I mow this one first, just to check to see how the mower handles the different hay ground and to make sure everything's set up properly. And baling will probably do the same, so nice little size field. We won't get too many bales off it, but it's a good kind of almost collaboration, or calibration field, sorry. Collaboration is something different. Alright, so we're just going to get ourselves wrapped up here, and then we'll fold everything up and have a look at how the job's coming along. Get that last little bit there though first, and then we'll kill the PTO. PTO on this device is very easy to engage. This red lever on the side with the black handle, that's our clutch for the PTO. So you pull that down, pull that towards me, and then the PTO lever is just down behind that armrest, so you engage that, and then you release the PTO, just like that. Not a problem at all. Okie dokie, so it's got it all folded up nicely. It's looking clean still, there's no hay line on it, hanging off it, we need to pull up, kind of clean off. Everything's looking very good there. As for the crop, this field didn't have as much nitrogen as some of the others, but it is still looking pretty handy. Not too bad at all. Good coverage, nice and thick in spots as well. Should rake up nicely. So yeah, we do actually have our own little rake. I forgot to mention this when we were lifting the silage the other day. We have our own small rake, but it has, it's only about 8 foot wide, so when it came to the silage the other day, it would have taken too long. Far easy just to get Phil to come in with his, and he can, I think his rake was like 30 foot, so it makes more sense for him to do it. Anyway, we are going to jump back in, and we're going to crank up the throttle on this tractor, and we're going to get ourselves back up to the yard there, and we'll have a look to see what's going on with the shed developments, amongst other things. Wasn't the quickest, never mind. Up we go. Charge! I don't know who has this land around here, but not a lot's happening with it at the moment. Not much at all. So we're just going to swing into here quickly before we go too much further, and this is where our silage stack is. Crops are starting to come along. The spring crops are coming in a little bit slow. We might put a little bit more nitrogen on this to give them a bit of a kick. Yeah, we really do see some growth there shortly. But there's our silage bales. Plenty of room for more if we need to. I think we'll probably try and get another cut off those if we can. It's getting a bit late in the year though to start putting fertilizer on to get a second or third cut, but we'll see what we can do. We'll pop on over to the yard again, see what's going on. Although if they're still working, we might give them a little bit, give them a little space. And we will have to start feeding up the cattle shortly as well. But maybe what we'll do is we might go and spread a little bit of fertilizer and come back to the cattle later on. Oh yeah, they're still going there. That's the telehandler thing. So we're just going to drop this back off at the back of the shed. We won't put the rake on now because, like I say, we're going to have to feed the cattle shortly. Lovely stuff. So that's dropped off. We might just kill the engine here actually. Leave this. And we'll shut the door. Perfect. I even gave the tractor a wash. Look how clean and shiny it looks now. Isn't that magnificent? So we'll jump into the John Deere. Let's see, they are still busy around here somewhere, so we'll not get too close. They're up at the roof there somewhere, I think. Let's see, I might have to get them to move that quickly, and then we'll see what we can do in terms of getting some silage going, I think, or getting some fertilizer going. Sorry, silage has been done. So yeah, catch me in a little bit. I'm gonna just move some things around the yard here and see if we can get a couple of bags of fertilizer in the back of the spreader, and we'll get on with our go and spread a little bit of silage ground. Well, it's a bit of a war zone in here, but we have just filled up our fertilizer spreader. We've just managed to sneak in around the back of the tractors there in the building site and get everything we need. So we are going to head on out, and we're going to see if we can just spread a little bit of silage, a little bit of fertilizer, sorry, on some of the silage ground. At the moment, we are going to head down to the very bottom. We're going to head down to fields 7 and 14 because they weren't covered with any slurry yet, so they need a bit of a kick on. So we're going to head back down to where we came from. We'll have a look to see if we can get those all covered up. Won't take me too long at all, but it's something that we need to get done. So I will head on down there. I might take some footage down there, but you've seen the drive already, so I'll not put you through this. But we will be back in the yard shortly, I know that for sure, and we'll have a look to see what the guys have done, because they're just starting to pack up now, I do believe. So I thought we'll get out of the way, and then yeah, we'll come back and see what's up in a little bit. Okay folks, so that didn't take too long, so it wasn't really recording a great deal. I think I got a couple of little sneaky shots in there though for you. And we are heading back on up to the yard here. As you can see, it's about 10 to 6, so all being well, all of the construction lads have finished for the day. So we'll go back up there, and we're going to take a look to see what the progress has been for today, and where we stand and what they're going to be doing next. So that should be quite good fun. So we'll have a quick poke around. I'm quite excited to see what they've done actually. Okay everyone, we're just letting the tractor kind of calm itself down, spool down a little bit here, and then we'll go and have a look see. Should be good to go now. So let's go and have a quick look to see what they've done here. We'll have to move the John Deere back anyway, so we'll do that once we've had a look. We haven't touched the, what's going to be like the store shed for now. That's just been left as it is. Now the A-frame's up, that's fine. This is where we're making a bit of progress because we really want to get this finished soon. So the guys have been starting on the roof work. They've put the framing up. So they've got the tin work on here. This has been about a day and a half's work actually, so it doesn't take them too long to do at all. They haven't put the perspex glass in the middle. That's to come soon, I believe. But when that one arrives, then we should really start to get a strong roof up. Bricky has been in as well. This wall here that's as high as that's going to go, and the rest of it is all going to be like wooden shutters up and down there. Sorry if that made you a bit seasick. So he's got one more section of wall to do here. This is going to be a gate, this is going to be a wall, and this is going to be a gate. And then after that, he has one more bit of brick wall to go right down the middle here to about here. And then he's done. And that is all the block work done for this shed. There's a bit of block work to do, quite a lot of block work to do on the other shed, so he'll probably turn his attention to that then, I should imagine. But yeah, so it's good to see that that's coming along. Once we get the block work in, then we can start looking at the floor, putting the basins in for the stalls. That'll be the next job, I think, for the floor as the roof goes on. Once the roof is all on, we get the wooden panels. Everywhere you see these wooden beams, we're going to have slatted panels going along there. That won't take too long to put. That'll probably be one of the last things to go up. It really doesn't take too long to put up there at all. So that'll be good to see. But it's really starting to come together. It's really starting to look quite good. Now once we get this one done, it is going to be very automated, this whole system. We're going to have a robotic cleaning system in here as well to make it nice and efficient, to keep everything on spec really. We will be linking this store here to to the main milk tank at the moment. So this parlour will be linked to through a series of pipes to the milk tank you can just see over there, where we fill up our tanker from. So that will be coming in, and then after that, yeah, we're going to have a robotic milking system on top. And what that does is essentially senses when the cow comes through the gate, senses if the cow needs to be milked, senses which cow it is by the tag number, and then can scans the cow to see where and how it's going to be milked effectively. So yeah, that's all very automated. As we increase the number of livestock, it will decrease the workload in theory on myself, as I am a one-man operation, so that'll be really nice to see, and a very nice positive step forward. So very much looking forward to that. We'll have to see how it goes, but that's the current plan anyway. And yeah, we should see. Well, the guys were thinking that in the next couple of weeks we'll have the whole shed finished, and then the mechanics of the parlour might take a little bit longer, but all being said, it shouldn't be too much, I don't think. This is their little JCB they've been using with a kind of like a transport crate on the front of it to get up and down. Very smart little bit of kit. And then this shed will be block walled with the similar sort of roof to that one over there actually, but more block wall on this one, I think, just to keep the elements out a touch more. But yeah, ultimately it's coming along very nicely. We do have, as we just jump into the John Deere here, we're going to put this bag down. We do have a contractor coming in shortly to start work on the silage pit. So I've got a quote that seems, well, not too drastic at least. I think that's probably the best way to put it. So we'll get that coming along nicely, all being well. We'll just drop these forks back off here. In fact, what the heck, we might as well just leave the whole loader here as well for now, until we get the feeder wagon hitched back onto the International and we need it. We can just pop this here. It's out of the way enough. I think I got the back window open. I do. Thought I could feel a breeze. Excellent, and we'll shut that door. So yeah, what's going to be happening as we come back around the corner, I think the easiest way for me to show you is actually going into this pit here. Now, these two plates are going to come out, these concrete plates. I do believe this far one might have to be replaced. This one is still salvageable. As you can see, there's no real cracks to it, which is miraculous. Once we take those out, we can then lift this big beam out the middle here. Once we lift that big beam out, we can reset that, put a new post, new beam in there, put it a bit deeper, I would imagine, with some more concrete into there. And then they will, once that's been reset, then we can slide some more panels back in. And then we should have a fully operational silage pit, all being well. But that's where we are for now. There's lots going to be happening. Hopefully, next couple of days, we'll get out with the rake and be able to get that grass that we're turning into hay raked up. We'll get that baled, and then that should be us good and ready to turn our attention to the cereal crops, which are starting to come along. Some of the spring barley is starting to get a bit of a golden tinge to it, so it shouldn't take too much longer until it's ready to go. But yeah, we're making some great progress. So we will leave it here. Thank you ever so much for watching, as always. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to find out plenty more from Simulation for the Nation. But until next time, I hope you have enjoyed. Do stay safe in whatever you're doing, enjoy it, but most importantly, as always, happy farming.